The wave-like aspect of particles does not belong to them. The wave-like appearance of a particle belongs to the environment containing a medium. Here is why. Highlighting the duality of the photon. Young's slit experiment. The experiment involves illuminating a screen with two very thin, closely spaced slits through it with a light source. These two slits act as two secondary sources of light emission. A photographic plate placed behind the screen records the light coming from the two slits. Young's slit experiment. These two sources interfere and form on the photographic plate what is called an interference pattern. Young's slit experiment following. The light intensity of the primary source is reduced so that the light is emitted photon by photon. We find the interference pattern reconstructed little by little as the photons appear on the photographic plate. This experiment reveals an interference pattern characteristic of waves at the same time as a corpuscular aspect of the impact on the photographic plate. It is necessary to note the wave corpuscle duality of photons, which present both aspects simultaneously. Instead of seeking the origin of these two phenomena, they concluded that our classical concepts of wave and corpuscle were imperfection, and proposed quantum mechanics to describe objects with contradictory physical properties. According to this mechanic, an object can be in several states at the same time, which can overlap. The concept of quantum mechanics is completely counterintuitive. A cat can be alive and dead. Quantum mechanics is a beautiful theory with a strong mathematical component. The Standard Model is largely contributed by this theory, but it is too far removed from reality, at least macroscopic reality. It seems that the world of fundamental particles is well described. This leads to the Standard Model of fundamental particles. The strategic point is this. Practice is the only criterion for testing the truth, but the world of particles is impossible for ordinary models to practice. My personal view on the Standard Model and its quantum mechanics. In the Western, mathematics has always been of great importance. Mathematicians are more famous than physicists and chemists. This could explain the strange mathematical character of the Standard Model and its quantum mechanics, despite the disputes of certain physicists. But there is a fundamental difference between a mathematical model and a physical model. The mathematical model is an absolute model, while the physical model is only an approximation. This is because to an answer of a y, there is still a y. This is recursive. Let's return to the interference experiment. The reasoning has an implicit condition. There are no elements other than those photons which intervene in their interference. It is a professional deformation of mathematical reasoning. What if there was a medium present in the environment that interacted with the photons? Then the interference would be explained simply as the interference of waves caused by two balls thrown into a calm pool. The problem is that the famous medium in the environment is invisible. Therefore, it is difficult to demonstrate its existence. In astronomy, it has been shown that a large amount of dark matter, more than visible matter, exists in the universe, and this matter represents a large mass. This shows that it is sensitive to gravity. The fact that these matter are invisible proves that they are in small units, less than 10 GeV. Otherwise, they would be indirectly seen by collision with visible matter. But these dark matters can cause visible interaction on low-energy particles, for example, photon and electron. It is quite reasonable to imagine that we live in an ocean of these dark matters. Use for Internet links for more details. https nonstandardmodel.org http jax.dong.free.fr